Hello, dear friends and students. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Geeta's Academy. Well, students, in today's video, I am going to take you through the second year's biology syllabus, and in that, the first chapter is reproduction in organisms. This chapter, reproduction in organisms, I am going to take you through part wise. That is, today's video, we will go through with the part one. So let's see what this chapter contains. Reproduction in organism contains what is the characteristic feature of a reproduction in species, okay, and different types of reproduction, that is asexual and sexual types of reproduction. And you can see the syllabus here. This is the syllabus which is there in the first chapter. So, definition of a reproduction. Let's see what is the definition of a reproduction. I have given you three definitions here. You can go through with all the three definitions and you can refer it, dear students. So, what is a reproduction? Reproduction is the process by which organism is capable of producing a same kind of organism of its own. Okay, reproduction is the ability of organism to produce a new generation of its own or their own kind, or you can call it as reproduction is a continuity of the race. Okay, dear students, now in the next slide we will see what are the basic features of reproduction. So these are the four important and basic features of reproduction, that is replication of DNA, molecular basis of reproduction. When the DNA replies or replicates, we will call it as a molecular basis of reproduction. Then cell division. Cell division, here mitotic and meiotic cell division. So when mitotic and meiotic cell division occurs, this is called as the cellular basic of reproduction or cellular basis of reproduction. Then formation of reproductive bodies, right? What are the reproductive bodies? Zygote, sperm and ova, when they fuse in the process called fertilization, what is produced? Zygote is produced. Now that zygote is a reproductive body, right? Then development of this reproductive body into a offspring. These are the basic features of reproduction. Hope that is clear, dear students. Now let's go to the next slide. In this slide, we can see that very clearly, the lifespan. What is the lifespan? In a very simple terms, lifespan is a period between the birth to the death. That is the lifespan, and this lifespan varies in different organisms. I have given example of a butterfly here, 1 to 2 weeks, like that. Mayfly, it is also one of the organism that just lasts for few hours. Okay, and here you can see banyan tree, it lives for thousands of years. Bamboo tree, 50 to 100 years. Okay, so lifespan differs in different organisms, and it is very much important for us to understand that. Let us see what we have here. I have given in this slide, I have given lifespan of different organisms. You can see here some organisms, microorganisms, they are living only for few minutes or to few hours. And you can see mayfly 1 day, cicada 1 day. Cicada is an insect, arthropoda phylum, arthropoda. Okay, butterfly 1 to 2 weeks only. Fruit fly 1 month, rice plant 4 months, wheat plant 5 months, rat 4 years, rose bush 10 years, rabbit 13 years, crow 15 years, cow 25 years, banana tree 25 years, monkey 26 years, dog 25 years, cat 35 to 40 years, whale 37 years, horse 50 years, crocodile 60 years, elephant 60 to 75 years, eagle it is 90 years, man 100 years of course, parrot 140 years, tortoise 100 to 150 years, banyan tree 200 to 300 years, people tree 2000 to 3000 years, and sequoia redwood tree, this is 3000 to 4000 years. Okay, dear students, now you can see there is one more plant here, Laria tridentata, oldest plant found in South Wales, California, USA, that lives for 11,300 years. So you can see very clearly microorganisms have few minutes and you can see the plant that is living for 11,300 years also. So lifespan is such a wonderful phenomena, like it differs in different organisms. That's what I was trying to make you people understand. Now let us go to the next slide here. Let us go or understand what are the types of reproduction. Yes, all of you may be knowing it is there are two types of reproduction, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction, dear students. Now let's go to the next slide. So here it is all about the asexual reproduction. So let us see what is asexual reproduction. It is a type of reproduction in which new individuals are formed without meiotic division and fusion of gametes. In simpler terms, I am going to tell you here. Here in asexual reproduction, there is no need of a gamete such like sperm and ova. Okay, and there is no need of meiosis. See, meiosis and mitosis, these are a very important and very deep processes. These are the cell divisions on the basis of which human body exists. Okay, mitotic division is a somatic division, meiotic division is a, yes, it is a occurring in the sex cells. Mitotic division is occurring in the body cells. So here asexual reproduction does not comprises the mitotic division because there are no sex cells here such like sperms and ova, right? Here just there is a single parent and there is a mitotic division. One cell divides into another cell and there will be equal distribution of the genetic material and a new organism is formed. That is called a asexual reproduction. Hope that is clear, my dear students. Now asexual reproduction is also known as apomixis, and this term was suggested by Winkler. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So, what is apomixis? Apomixis is characterized by quick multiplication and reproduction of genetically similar plants from single parent. Okay, what is apomixis? See, this apomixis is nothing but a type or a asexual reproduction where genetically similar organism or plant or animal is produced. Okay, now that genetically similar organism is called as clone. You see, clone is what? A population produced from a single individual, and it will resemble same like a exact copy of the earlier cell. I am calling it as an earlier cell because here we are talking about asexual reproduction. Okay, so asexual reproduction is a reproduction where there is no need of a partner or no formation of a gametes or no fusion of gametes, right? So here, what is a clone? Clone is a population produced from a single individual, and that is called as a clone. It will be exact copy of the parent. Understand? Now, in a clone, one individual member is called as the ramette. Okay, so it is very important for, there may be a question asked for what is clone for 1 marks and apomixis as well, short questions. Okay, dear students, let's go to the next slide. What are the basic characteristics of asexual reproduction? Let's see. So here, as I told you, single parent is required. Okay, there is no need of a partner in asexual reproductions. Now here gametes are not formed. Okay, and cell divisions are only mitotic cell division. Okay, and there are, the parents are the offspring, sorry, the offsprings are identical to the parent, right? And replication is occurring very fast, and offsprings formed are in a large number. So these are all the basic characteristics of asexual reproduction. Hope that is clear to you. Let's go to the next slide. Now here we will see types of asexual reproduction. So first example we will see is budding. I have taken an example of yeast here, budding. So what it is? It is one of the form of asexual reproduction in which new individual is developing from generative anatomical part of the parent body. Maybe this is becoming little difficult for you. It's very simple. Here you can see, down you can see I have given a picture here or a diagram here. The yeast is there. Yeast is a fungi. You can see there yeast. From yeast body one bud is occurring and the genetic material is equally getting distributed into that. The red dot is a genetic material. Genetic material is nothing but DNA. Okay, now slowly that has detached or that has become a separate cell, and in the fourth diagram you can see that there are many such buds. So this process is called as the budding in yeast. It is one of the asexual type of reproduction. Let's see what is next. Binary fission. I have taken the example of amoeba. Binary fission is also one of the examples of asexual reproduction. So what is happening in the binary fission? So it is a process in which organism duplicates its genetic material and then divides into two parts. Okay, what it is doing, it is duplicating its genetic material. Here the genetic material is the yellow color part, the dark yellow color part, which you can see there. You can see that it is dividing, or it is expanding, it is dividing the genetic material equally. And in the third diagram you can see that there is a division. Now in the fourth diagram you can see two daughter cells are formed, formation of a daughter cell. So the process where the genetic material divides equally and finally forms a two daughter cell, this process is called as, yes, binary fission, dear students. And example I have taken as amoeba. Let's see what's there in our next slide. Encystation. This is very, very important as an examination point of view. What is encystation? It's a process in amoeba. We will find that whenever there is unfavorable conditions, whenever there is a horrible conditions out there in the environment, like excess of rain, excess of heat, excess of cold, this amoeba, this single celled organism, undergoes a encystation. Now what is encystation? It will secrete a protective wall around itself. Okay, it will secrete a protective wall like a capsule around itself, 2 to 3 layers of protective wall, and it will stay there for longer time, and it will wait for the favorable condition. When the favorable conditions arises, this amoeba again divides and starts the binary fission. That this process is called as encystation. Okay, dear students, let's go to the next slide. You can see the diagram here. In the first diagram you can see the encysted amoeba, and in the second diagram you can see very well that the cyst is going to be burst when the favorable condition is going to come. Okay, next, sporulation. Sporulation is also one of the form of asexual reproduction. This is very much prominent in fungi. Okay, whenever the favorable conditions come, these spores, they actually they spread and they again germinate. Okay, so sporulation is also one of the form of asexual reproduction, and it is very much prominent in fungi. Okay, these spores are, they are tolerant to extreme cold, heat, radiation, okay, etc. So these are very, very viable to tolerate the extreme environmental conditions. Okay, dear students, let's go to the next slide. As I told you, sporulating fungus, you can see here the blue structures, the blue round structures in the picture. You can see those are nothing but the spores. These spores are very much tolerant to the horrible, or you can say the extreme conditions of the environment. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Here in this slide you can see that there is one more form of asexual reproduction. The asexual reproduction takes place through the zoospores. So zoospores are a special motile asexual reproductive structures which are capable of, you know, uh, getting transported in a water medium with their help of the flagella. You can see in the diagram the black color hair like structures are there. With help of them they can travel in the water, in the air. Okay, so such kind of zoospores are found in protists, okay, like bacteria, fungi. So bacteria, protists, fungi, these organisms reproduce asexually by formation of zoospores. Hope that is understanding you. Okay, let's go to the next slide. In this slide you can see a fungi. You can see this here. Okay, here you can see a round structures, and I have labeled it as the conidia. So conidia are also one of the important asexual reproductive structures. So these asexual reproductive structures are also sometimes called as chlamydospores or chlamydoconidium. Okay, so these are non-motile spores of a fungus. Okay, so this is also one of the asexual type of a reproduction which is adapted by the fungi. Okay, dear students, let's go to the next slide. So in the next slide, I have explained about the budding, the process of budding, and I have taken the example of hydra here. The hydra is a, okay, it is having a cellular, yes, cellular grade of organization. So in hydra, what is happening? The budding is taking place by a asexual reproduction. Here there is no need of another partner. So you can see in the first diagram there is a hydra and a small bud arriving on the hydra. You can see in the second diagram, you can see that small bud has developed and the tentacles has occurred on that small bud. In the third diagram, you can see the bud has become larger, and in the fourth diagram, the bud has detached from the parent body. So this is what is budding, my dear students. What happens? The minuscule or the minute bud arises from the parent body, and it will develop taking the nutrition from the parent body, and the genetic material will also be divided into the bud, and finally when the bud grows to a mature size, it will detach from the parent body, and that will develop into a new organism. This is one of the asexual type of reproduction, and example is hydra, budding in hydra. Okay, dear students, now let us see what are gemmules in sponges. The structure what you're seeing here down, that is a gemmule. I hope you know sponges. Sponges belong to phylum Porifera. These sponges are having cellular grade of organization, right? So these gemmules are also asexual reproductive structures. Okay, they are capable, they develop from the parent body, and they are capable of developing into a new organisms. These gemmules, you can see in the structure, they are cup like structures. Okay, so this is found in the sponges. Well, dear students, now let us understand about the modes of asexual reproduction in plants. In plants, asexual reproduction is happening through a vegetative propagation. So here we call it as a vegetative propagation. Remember, my dear students, vegetative propagation is of two types. Like, one is a natural vegetative propagation, one is artificial vegetative propagation. We can induce it artificially also. So naturally, let us understand what are the different types of vegetative propagation, or you can call it as modes of asexual reproduction in plants. So let's see. So these plants reproduce asexually by formation of adventitious roots, okay, sprouts from stems, from leaves, from buds, from rhizomes, runners, tubers, corms, okay, offsets. There are many examples of that. Let us see one by one. So here you can see asexual reproduction in plant by formation of a rhizome. Here I have taken the example of a ginger. These ginger grow horizontally to the ground. Okay, so here you see that in the first diagram there is a ginger is a stem. Okay, there is a small plant coming out of a ginger, that is nothing but a rhizome. In the second diagram, you can see that small green color plants are coming. When you have kept the ginger in your kitchen, you see sometimes such kind of structures occurring over there, right, dear students? Right. So whenever the ginger means, whenever ginger, and there are other organisms which reproduce by a formation of rhizomes. Okay, so they develop these kind of structures, and these are called as rhizomes. Here there is no need of a partner, not the formation of the gametes. So let us see what is the next example, dear students. Yes, now formation or the asexual reproduction by the forms of the bulbs. Now here, this is, you can see potato. Potatoes are having a notch like structures on their body, and we call them as the eyes. Okay, so here you can see these bulbs. Potato, you can see bulb there, a sprouting body. Okay, in the next diagram you can see the diagram here, the green color leaves, those are nothing but the germinating eye bud. Germinating eye bud, all of you might have seen these structures in your kitchens in the potato. So these are nothing but, it is a type of a sexual reproduction by the formation of the bulbs. I hope that is clear to you, students. Let's go to the next slide. Here, okay, in the first diagram you can see that's a agave plant and bulbils of agave. These are one of the modes of asexual reproduction in plants. So here, what are those small cactus round bunch like structures? Here in the next diagram, green color diagram, you can see that is called as bulbil of agave. Agave is a plant. Okay, so this plant reproduces asexually by production of the bulbils. These bulbils are sometimes also called as plantlets. Okay, so what happens? These bulbils of agave, they are attached to the parent body and they develop fully. After they develop fully, then later they detach slowly and they have the capacity to develop into a individual new plant. Understand? So this is asexual reproduction with the help of bulbil. Now let us see here. Yes, you can see a leaf here. On that many small leaves are growing. Yes, dear friends. Yes, this is a asexual type of reproduction by a leaf. Okay, so these are nothing but the example of the leaf. What I have taken here is bryophyllum. So these bryophyllums are forming leaf buds. Remember what they are? Leaf buds. These leaf buds are growing on the margins. Okay, so on the margins the leaf buds are coming, and when the leaf buds detach from the leaf, each leaf bud is capable of developing into a new bryophyllum plant. Okay, dear students, this is a asexual reproduction by forming leaf buds. Now let us see. This is a water hyacinth, vegetative propagation by offset. Okay, so this is a water hyacinth. Water hyacinth is famously called as terror of Bengal. Okay, this terror of Bengal, why? Because it is a invasive alien species. This was brought from outside to India for a show purpose, for a recreational purpose, but it adapted to the Indian soils and water bodies so beautifully that it became a threat to our country, especially to the Bengal. That's why it is commonly nicknamed as the terror of Bengal. Okay, let us see. This water hyacinth is also called as Eichhornia. So what is this? Eichhornia reproduces asexually by formation of offset. In the second diagram, you can see there is a one Eichhornia is growing, and that is connected with the stem to another Eichhornia, and that is running. Okay, that is called as offset. So this is a offset and it produces very fast. As I told you, asexual reproduction is very fast. So this became, the growth of Eichhornia became very fast and it became a threat to our country. Okay, now let us see what are the advantages of asexual reproduction. The population can increase rapidly when the conditions are favorable. Sometimes we do not want excess. Okay, means sometimes when the conditions are favorable, the asexual reproduction occurs very fast. But what is the disadvantage? When the conditions are not favorable, they cannot reproduce. This is one of the disadvantage. We will discuss disadvantage also. Only one parent is needed. So here, as the offspring produced is identical to the parent, there is no scope of evolution here in sexual reproduction. Then it is more time and energy efficient, means it does not require more time. Yes, definitely this is one of the advantage, because it does not need any mate. Then it is definitely faster than the sexual reproduction, and it does not require mobility, right? Well, dear students, these are the advantages of asexual reproduction. Well, students, this completes our video. Now I am going to tell you about little bit about my academy. These are the other programs or other products what my academy caters. So Geeta's Academy is all about training and development and complete training solutions. Under that, we all do professional programs like train the trainers, automobile sales and service training, sales training and motivational speaking, then effective leadership grooming, team management and mentoring, effective communication, teachers training, presentation skill, memory and mind management. I hope, my dear students, that's very much important for you people. Study skills and techniques are also very important. Then art of effective parenting. All the parents out there, this is also helpful for you. These are the products what we offer, and the campus to corporate programs. These are all the products what we offer. Well, students, thank you very much. If you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Till then, we will meet in the next video with the second part of this chapter, that is reproduction in organisms. Till then, this is Geeta Rathod. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you.